In today's lecture, we are going to see the next optimum design of machine element, that is the cantilever beam. So the problem is a cantilever beam of length 250 mm. So a cantilever beam is given and the length of that cantilever beam is 250 mm, which is specified, and length is our geometrical parameter. And this cantilever beam has a rectangular cross section area and is a function as a spring subjected to a varying load. There is varying load plus minus 100 Newton, that is maximum load, and minimum load plus minus 100 Newton. The width to depth ratio is given, that is the rectangular cross section having width and depth. So that ratio is given, that is width to depth ratio of the beam is 5:1. If factor of safety is 1.5, design the beam for optimum material cost. So the problem, that is target, or we can say objective of your cantilever beam, is we have to minimize the material cost. The specify the material of the cross section and specify the material cross section at dimension and the cost for selected design. And there are materials are given in the following table. So these materials are: first material, that is M1 is given, second material M2, third material M3. The mass density is given for all these three materials, which is in kg per meter cube. Then material cost per unit weight is given. There is per unit weight, so it is in Newton, so RS per Newton. It is not given material cost per unit mass, so it is given material cost per unit weight. So next, so this material cost per unit weight is given. Then endurance limit, or we can say endurance strength, that is which is denoted by SC, that is endurance strength, which is given in Newton per mm square. So this is the problem, that is a cantilever beam of length 250 mm. The rectangular cross section area is function as a spring subjected to a varying load of plus minus 100 Newton. The width and depth ratio of beam is 5:1. If factor of safety is 1.5, design the beam for optimal material cost. So we have to minimize the cost. Specify the material, cross section at the dimension, and the cost for selected design. And the following are the materials, that is M1, M2, and M3. So solution, what are the given parameter are? That is the length is given, that is 250 mm, that is 0.25 meter. Again, there is width to depth ratio is given, that ratio is 5:1. So width is 5 times of depth. Then there is varying load of plus minus 100 Newton. So maximum force is plus 100 Newton and minimum force is minus 100 Newton. And again, factor of safety is given, that is 1.5. So the next, so this is our cantilever beam. This cantilever beam having length L, this length is specified, that is 250 mm, and it is subjected to a varying force of plus minus 100 Newton in vertical direction. The width, the cross section of this beam, it is rectangular cross section having width B and depth H. So that ratio is given, B is equals to B by H is equals to 5:1. So B is equals to 5H. That ratio is given. So let Cm, that is C suffix m, is the material cost of cantilever beam in RS, that is in rupees. C, that is cost per unit weight for beam material is given, and that is in RS per Newton. in previous problem, the cost of unit mass per beam that given is in RS per kg, but it is given rupees per weight. So the G factor is important, that is gravitational weight, because weight is nothing but the mass into gravitational acceleration, that is mg. So that G factor is included in this problem. Now rho, mass density of the material, it is in kg per meter cube. Then maximum force, that is maximum vertical force acting on the beam, that is F max. Then F minimum is the minimum vertical force acting on the beam. Then NF, that is factor of safety. Now sigma A, it is the stress amplitude. Now for varying load, there is stress amplitude, and for that varying load, there is endurance strength is required. So endurance limit or endurance strength of the beam. Then V is the width of the beam, H is the depth, and L is the length. So this is cross section area, and this is the length of the beam. So our main primary design equation, we will start with primary design equation. So our primary design equation, it consists of the most significant parameter. Now the problem it is given that we have to minimize the cost, that is material cost. So the most significant undesirable effect parameter, it is the material cost, that is CM, and it is the C is given in RS per Newton. So this is the weight. Now weight of any material, it is determined by the weight density, that is rho g into volume. Weight density into volume. Now this rho g is your weight density, and there is rectangular cross section area. So volume is nothing but the area into length. So this is the area, B into H, it is the area, and L is your length. So this is cost of material of the bar or of a beam. Now in that, Cm is equals to C, that is the unit of this C is RS per Newton. So we have to multiply by weight. Now weight is nothing but the weight density, that is rho g into volume. If we have to multiply by mass, then there is no need of g, but there is weight, so there is a need of g. So we get, now put the value of B. We know that B is 5h. So put that value. So we get C rho g, value of B is 5h into h into L. So we get cost of material, that is primary design equation, is 5g C rho h square L. This is the primary design equation. The primary design equation, that is cost of material, Cm is equals to 5g C rho h square into L. Now our second step, that is we have to write subsidiary design equation. Now for subsidiary design equation, because of vertical force there is stress induced, and because of maximum force there is maximum stress, and minimum force there is minimum stress. So maximum stress of cantilever beam, it is nothing but the m by z, that is bending moment divided by section modulus. So bending moment, that is maximum bending moment, is nothing but the maximum force into length. Because जर तुम्ही बघितलं, if we are going to see, then the force is acting at the end of the beam. So this force is acting at L from this point. So if we take bending moment about this fixed point, then this bending moment is nothing but the force into length. So maximum, for maximum stress is maximum force into length. This is the bending moment. And the section modulus, it is nothing but the moment of inertia upon y, that is I by y. Now if there is rectangular beam, and in that condition the value of mass moment of inertia, it is nothing but the bh cube upon 12. This is the value of I, that is bh cube upon 12, and the value of y, it is h by 2. So from that we can get the value of section modulus z as 1 by 6 bh square. So again we have to put the value of b at 5h. So we get the value, that is 6 in numerator. So we get 6 f max into L. The value of b is 5h and the h square same. So we get sigma max is equals to 1 by 2, 1.2 f max into L upon h cube. Similarly, uh, there is minimum stress, and this minimum stress is given by sigma minimum is equals to m minimum, that is minimum bending moment upon z. Now minimum bending moment is nothing but the minimum force into length. Again section modulus is same, 1 by 6 bh square. Now again put the value of b is 5h. So we get again sigma minimum is equals to 1.2 f minimum into L upon h. Now next one is we have to find out the sigma A. Now the sigma A is nothing but the maximum stress minus minimum stress upon 2. So 1 by 2. Now maximum stress value, it is 1 by 2 f max into L upon h cube, and minimum stress value, it is 1 by 2 1.2 f minimum into L upon h cube. So after simplification, we get the value of sigma A, that is the subsidiary design equation. The value of sigma A is equals to 0.6 f max minus f minimum upon h cube into L. L is common, so into L. So this is the value of sigma A. So this is subsidiary design equation. Again the limit equation. So the limit equation is the value of sigma A, that is given by, it should be less than or equals to endurance strength upon factor of safety, or endurance limit upon factor of safety. So this is the primary design equation, subsidiary design equation, and limit equation. Now our next step, that is the classification of parameters. So all these classification of parameters includes the functional requirement parameter, undesirable effect parameter, geometrical parameter, and material parameter. They are classified into specified, limited, unspecified, unlimited. So the force is given. So this is the your functional requirement parameter, that is plus minus 100 Newton. So maximum force and minimum force and factor of safety. This is functional requirement parameter, and all these are given. So they are specified. Then there are undesirable effect parameter, that is sigma A and cost of material. Now sigma A is the limited parameter and cost of material, it is unspecified, unlimited. Now geometrical parameter is given, that is length and h. Now there is again another geometrical parameter b. It is not mentioned here because b is in terms of h. So b is nothing but the 5h. So there are only two geometrical parameter, length is specified, and h is unspecified, unlimited. And there are material parameters, that is the cost of material per unit weight, then density rho, and endurance strength. Yes. So this is the classification of material parameter. Now our fifth step is we have to combine SDE with PDE. We have to combine the SDE equation with PDE. Now from equation 2, if we consider the equation of say subsidiary design equation, so that subsidiary design equation is sigma A in terms of sigma A. Now we have to, from this equation 2, we can write From equation 2, we can write h cube as, that is 0.6 f max minus f minimum into L upon sigma A. Sirf we have interchanged sigma A and h cube. So from sigma A, from this side to divided, and from h cube from denominator to that left hand side. Now we have to, now in our problem there is, in primary design equation, the term h square is there. So we have to eliminate this h square term. So for eliminating h square term, we have to take a root, that is base, as 2 raised to 3, that is h cube raised to 2 by 3. So that convert, that is 3 get cancel, that becomes h square. So similarly, this is in LHS side. Similarly, we can write is at RHS side, that is this term raised to 2 by 3. So we get the value of h square. Now put the value of h square. So what is your primary design equation? That is Cm is equals to 5gc rho h square L. Now we have to put the value of h square as this value. So this is your, after combining subsidiary design equation with primary design equation, there is developed primary design equation, and it is given by Cm is equals to 5gc rho L, and the value of h square, it is, this is the value of h square, that is 0.6 f max minus f minimum into L upon sigma A 2 raised to 3. So the next step is we have to combine the limit equation with primary design equation. Now next step, so if we put the value of 0.6 into 5, so that value becomes 3.55, 3.5569. Now G is same as it is. Now L, now there is L raised to 1, and this is L raised to 2 by 3. So L raised to 1 plus 2 by 3, it is nothing but the 5 by 3. So that is L raised to 5 by 3. Again, f max and minus f minimum. The value is raised to factor is 2 by 3. It is as it is. Then 0, that same value. And there is 1 upon sigma A raised to 2 by 3, because 1 raised to 2 by 3, it is again 1, and sigma A raised to 2 by 3. So this is our final CM equation. Now next step, we have to combine the developed PDE, that is equation number 5. It is seen that the effect of limit equation, that is equation 3, can be included into developed primary equation, and this is the case of normal specification. So we have to combine the limit equation with developed primary design equation. Now limit equation, what is the limit equation? Limit equation, it is nothing but the sigma A, it is nothing but the less than or equals to SC upon factor of safety, that is endurance strength upon factor of safety. So put value of sigma A as SC upon NF. Only this change. So only we have to put the value of sigma A as SC upon NF. All other parameters are same. Now we have to put the all values given in the problem. So your equation becomes 3.5569 into G. So we have to put the value of G is 9.81. Now length is given, that is 250 mm, that is 0.25 raised to 5 by 3. Then maximum and minimum, the force is given. So maximum force is 100 minus minimum force is minus 100. So minus plus raised to 2 by 3. Now cost, it is material selection factor. It is depends on material. Density, it is again depends on material. Now next, this SE upon NF raised to 2 by 3. NF is comes to be numerator, and that is 1.5 raised to 2 by 3. And this C0 and SC 2 raised to 3. So this is your material selection factor. that is C into rho divided by AC raised to 2 by 3. So if we calculate this all constant, that value comes to be 155.13, and the material selection factor is same, that is C rho upon AC raised to 2 by 3. So this is the final developed primary design equation in order to minimize the cost. So this minimizing cost is only depends on your material factor, that is C, rho, and SC, that is endurance strength. So our next step, that is we have to select the material. So selection of material is our next step. So again, if we have to minimize the cost, so if we have to minimize the cost, that is the value of cost, that is CM, cost of material, it should be minimum. Then this minimum, that is material selection factor, it should be a minimum value. So in order to minimize the CM, that is cost of material, the material selection factor, that is C rho upon SC raised to 2 by 3, it should be minimum. So selection of material is calculated. We have to calculate this C by SC by 3 for, that is material selection factor, or all available materials. So there are 3 materials available, that is M1, M2 and M3. And we have to determine that material selection factor. So that material selection factor is C rho upon AC raised to 2 by 3. So again we have to draw a table. So material M1, M2, M3, then mass density kg per meter cube, material cost per unit weight is given, that is RS per Newton. Now endurance strength, it is given in Newton per mm square. So we have to convert that Newton per mm square into Newton per meter square. So we have to multiply by 10 raised to 6. So again, the material selection factor is nothing but the C into rho, that is multiplication of first 2 column divided by the AC raised to 2 by 3. So AC is the this value raised to 2 by 3. So if we calculate this value, so we get that value as 12.781. Similarly, rho into C divided by AC raised to 2 by 3. So again, this value becomes 7.158. And for third material, rho into C divided by SC by SC raised to 2 raised to 3, 2 by 3. So that value becomes 4.66. Now the lowest value, it is 4.66, and the material selection. So we have selected the lowest value of material, that is nothing but the M3. So the material selected is M3, that is material 3, with the material selection factor 0 divided by AC raised to 2.3, it is 4.66. So in problem, we have to find out the minimum cost of the material for the minimizing cost, that is optimum cost of the material, and also we have to find out the dimension, that is B and EH. So next step is minimum material cost. So minimum material cost is nothing but the that constant 155.33, and this is material selection factor. So 155.13 into 4.66. So the cost of material is calculated, and this has come, that is cost of material is 723.06 rupees. So this is the minimum material cost required depending upon all these 3 materials. Now next we have to calculate the dimensions, that is width and depth. Now we know that the primary design equation Cm is equals to 5c rho g h square into L. Now the value of Cm is known, that is 723.06, that is calculated. Then 5, the value of C, that is cost of M3 material, because we have selected M3 material. So cost of M3 material is 60. Then density of M3 material, it is 7830. Then G, that is gravitational acceleration, it is 9.81. H square, we have to calculate the value of H, and the length is given. So from that we can find out the H, and the value of H is in meter. So if we converted in mm, so that value becomes 11.2. And the width, there is relation given, that is width and depth. So B is equals to 5H. So 5 into 11.2. So it is, the value of B is 56 mm. So this is the problem for optimum design of the cantilever beam. So now we will see the next problem, that is on spring. This is a simple problem. So we will see this spring problem. So let us start. So a helical compression spring, it is used in an exhaust hall mechanism of IC engine, is initially compressed with a preload. So preload is given as 500 Newton. The wall lift, it is 40 mm. So wall lift, we can say deflection or displacement. So wall lift, it is given 40 mm. In most compressed condition, the torsional shear stress of the spring wire, it should not be exceed than 700 Newton per mm square. So torsional shear stress, it should not be exceed to that of 700 Newton per mm square. Now due to space limitation, the outer diameter of spring, it should not be exceed than 60 mm. So this is again limited parameter. So it should not be greater than 60 mm. The wall shear stress factor, it is given, that factor is 1.14. The spring wire is made up of alloy steel, which has modulus of rigidity is given, that is 90 gigapascal, that is 90 into 10 raised to 9 Pascal. With objective, now what is the objective? We have to minimize the weight. Now we have, so in problem we have to determine the wire diameter, the mean coil diameter, that is small d, wire diameter small d, and mean coil diameter capital D, and the number of active coils, that is the value of En, number of active coils. The standard wire diameter are given, that is 3, 3.6, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.6, 6, 6.5, 7, 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, and 10. These all diameters are in mm. So what is the solution? So solution, so the given data, what are the given data in this problem? So first data is given, that is force. So the force is given, that is minimum force 500 Newton. Then the wall lift, that is deflection, is given 40 mm. Then torsional stiffness is given 700 Newton per mm square. Now this is the limited parameter. The outside diameter DO is should be less than or equals to 60 mm. Then wall shear stress factor KW is given, and the modulus of rigidity is given. Now we have to find out the first wire diameter, then mean coil diameter, and number of active coils. Now the condition for minimizing weight of the spring, the maximum force we can write as 2 into minimum force. So the maximum force becomes 1000 Newton. Now there is relation between the shear stress, that is torsional shear stress. So torsional shear stress in the spring is given by 8 kW F max into C upon pi d square. Now the value of C, it is given by d by d, that is capital D by small d. So if we put the value of C is capital D by D, so we get maximum shear stress is equals to 8 kW F max D upon pi d cube. Pi d square becomes pi d cube. Again, the value of D, that is mean coil diameter, it is nothing but the outside diameter minus the wire diameter, that is DO minus D. So if we put the all values, if we put the all values, that is maximum stress is given 700, then 8 kW is 1.54, maximum stress, maximum force is 1000, DO is 60. We know we not have the value of D, then pi d cube. So from that there is a equation, that is d cube is equals to, from that if we simplify this, we get d cube is equals to 4.147 60 minus d. So if we d cube in this side and 700 in denominator, so that constant becomes 4.147 into 60 minus d. So if we simplify this equation, so that equation becomes d cube plus 4.147d into 248.83. Now in that condition, in this equation, in LHS side, there is a diameter d which is unknown and RHS side is known. So we have to solve this equation by trial and error method. We cannot solve this directly. So we have to use a trial and error method. So first iteration, if we assume value, we have to assume some value of diameter. So for that, we take a RHS value and cube root of this RHS value, it comes to it 6.28. So we assume a value at 6. So if we assume a value of diameter d is 6, then LHS value, the LHS value is becomes 240.88, and your LHS value is same, that is 248.88. So if there is difference, that is LHS minus RHS, that difference become minus 7.58. Now for designing, there should be a safety. So we cannot take the value of diameter as 6. So next value of diameter, it is 6.5. So if we put the value of diameter as 6.5, the LHS side becomes 301.58 and RHS becomes 248.43. So this value becomes 52.75. So we have selected the value wire diameter as 6.5 by trial and error method. So wire diameter value is 6.5. Now from that we can find out the mean coil diameter, that is D. So we know that D is equals to D0 minus D. So that value becomes 53.5. Again spring index, that is nothing but the C, that is nothing but the D by D. So that becomes 8.23. Now we have to find out number of active coils. So to find out number of active coils, there is formula, that is the K is equals to F max minus F minimum upon delta, that is spring stiffness, it is nothing but the force per unit deflection. Now force is F maximum minus F minimum upon deflection. So 1000 minus 500 upon 40. So that value becomes 40.5 Newton per mm square. And again second value of K formula, it is GD upon HC cube N. So from that we can find out the value of En, and that value of En, that is number of active coils of the spring, it is becomes 10.5. So this is the simple example.